want to start a movement. It's called the Panty Purge. Power to the panties. Cast off your panties. Our way. Getting rid of old underwear is a huge stride in confidence, in power, and in demanding your worth. So there's an unspoken graduation or a rite of passage for women, young women, girls transitioning into womanhood, of the panty purge, where there comes a time every so often you'll get that, that inkling, that feeling like it's time to get rid of these underwear. You're looking at the same, period stains and the worn out holes, and from God knows what happens to those things, innocent and risque alike. It's a very powerful action, ritual, to go through your underwear, these intimate pieces of fabric that we're closer to than anything else. And not only physically, because they are the barrier from the outside world and our most, private, intimate being, but also emotionally, psychologically. There's so much projected upon a pair of female undergarments. So much, the male gaze, the advertising, all of that external noise, bullshit, caca. It's all projected upon these, teeny tiny little pieces of fabric, and there's no room. They barely make them with enough room to cover what needs to be covered these days, my goodness. The journey that we take with these undergarments, special occasions, dinners, the birthday outfits, the yoga classes, all the things you have to take into account. What underwear am I wearing for this thing? Like, I've had these since I was in high school. To be honest, that's embarrassing. Like, I have had these, you can tell, because they're the biggest. I remember I shoplifted these from an Anchor Blue at the Plaza Bonita Mall. When I was, 16, 17? They're very worn, like down. That like little cotton, the one piece of these things that's organic, because the rest of these is, what are these even made of? The label is not even readable. It's been through that many washes. 16, 17 maybe. So I've had these over half my life. That's alarming. But the journey that I've gone through in these, the growth, the experiences I've had in these things, and it's a shedding of the skin. It is. Like, this is, for better or worse, your second skin. If, God forbid you are caught with your pants down, this is what saves your ass, in the most literal phrasing possible. Getting rid of old underwear is a huge stride in confidence, in power, and in demanding your worth. Knowing that you are better than the skin that you have lived in. Knowing that you are better than the skin that you have hid behind. Knowing that you are better than the skin that you have let be pulled down by lovers and boyfriends and strangers, if that has happened, because goodness knows at least a third of us have had them pulled down against our will. And the symbolism of taking them and just casting them aside, like, I am no longer this, these no longer define me, I will no longer care for these, I am no longer intimate with these pieces of fabric. There's a lot of power to that, and I want to state that first and for all, and I want to start a movement. It's called the Panty Purge. Power to the panties. Cast off your panties. Our way. Have a panty bonfire. Have they done that yet in the 70s? Throwing aside these pieces of fabric that no longer deserve us, to be honest. It's time to say goodbye. Some of them, we have more pleasant relationships than others. I mean, some of them hurt. It's like, God, I really like these, but I'm better than wearing, last year's period stains. I'm better than that. I deserve better than that. And to be frank with you, I would much prefer undergarments made of organic cotton now. I've gotten that nudge from a few different sources that it's time to upgrade the fabrics and the type of clothing that you adorn yourself with, that you clad yourself in. You deserve more than plastic recycled water bottles. Wearing clothing made of that, you deserve more than rayon and polyester. Like, you are an organic, breathing being, You deserve organic, breathing fabrics. Their world is covered in beautiful plants to clothe yourself with and to get away from fast fashion and all of the horrible, nasty human atrocities that happen. Um, I've been fortunate enough to be associated with Sophie, Positive Fee, and the movement, and she is starting towards upcycled fashion, and clothing swaps are becoming more common, and that's a beautiful thing. Underwear is something that you cannot clothing swap or upcycle. I guess you can make like cloth napkins or something out of them if you really want to. Hey, by all means, make a patchwork quilt of, an exhibit of panties of boyfriends past. And that's another thing, you move on in life and you graduate from high school to college to whatever phase you go through after college in your 20s, and then you hit your Saturn return, you become an adult, and you're in your 30s, and there's an evolution there of different panty types and the patterns and the fabrics, and there's just so much personality, soul. There is so much soul in these. There's so much soul in these, these teeny little, they give you like a freaking, you can't even blow your nose. What the fuck? Teeny tiny little, I don't even know. Like, it's not even an eye patch. Like, the eye patches are very large compared to this. And that's what you get. That's your hermit crab shell, or, these hermit crabs. And the way that female empowerment is moving, and I'm all about it, I will say I do not believe that it should come at the expense of masculine energy. I think the world is hurting for strong, loyal, loving, kind, masculine energy who know how to use their power. And that's the thing. Neither one of us know how to use our power. Men and women, it's the same. Why? Because we've been infantilized by the system that we are a part of. That is all I will say on that for now. It's time for real women to claim ownership of real panties and throw away your little girl panties. Real women who are here to create and inherit and make fruitful this planet. And you don't have to do that with children. You can do it with art. You can do it with your voice. You can do it with the smiles that you bring to people, the care you take, the whatever vocation calls to your soul. That is your mission. That is how you bring fruit to the world. Raising the vibration of the population definitely counts. And it's time for real women to claim some real panties. So throw out your nasty old knickers and get some big girl panties. Woman up. Get a woman's undergarments. Throw out your old ones. You deserve better. I love you.